Hey, hey, boss. Hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Always excited to share some things you can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too, with strategy and intention. So, I am checking in with you as part of our sales secrets and work at home tools conversation as promised. This is day 4 so that I can tell you a little bit more about some things that I do as far as me and some marketing and sales strategies. So, first and foremost, feel free to share this out, tag some business besties. Let me know who you are and where you are in this beautiful world today. Say hey, hey, hey. Check in via the comment box, whether you're watching via Facebook, Periscope, or YouTube. And of course, if you're catching me on the replay side, always remember to drop into the comment box hashtag replays rock. So, as always, for the last couple of days, I've been jumping on here and talking to you guys about sales secrets and work at home tools. So, I'm just going to pop on and continue that conversation today, if that is okay with you. So, what I'm going to do actually is talk about sales from a different perspective. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to sales, you're trying to figure out how to bring in revenue, how to generate sales from either new business or repeat business. But for me as an entrepreneur, I think about sales a little bit more. Expanded for me, different ways to think about the money that's coming in. And one of the ways I think about the money that's coming in is how can I keep more of the money that I am making? So for some people, yes, you do want to generate new money, make more money, get repeat business. But some of you also have to get smarter about how you're managing the money that you already have that's already coming in. You ever heard the phrase, it goes out faster than it comes in? You ever heard that or felt that? Well, if that's something that you think about when it comes to sales, we want to stop for a minute, reflect on what you are bringing in, and are you strategically, intentionally making the most of that money, and you keeping more of that money in your bank account than overspending or spending it faster than it's coming in. Okay. So let me talk about a few sales secret strategies with respect to flipping the script, looking at it from a different perspective, and keeping more of the money that you make, number one. And number two, again, feel free to share this out, drop into the comment box, let me know who you are and where you are today. Hey, Anissa, welcome back, my dear. Thank you so much for joining. Shared. Awesome. Yes, thank you. Feel free to share this out. Hello, hello, welcome. Hey, nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to share who you are and what you do. You can drop that into the comment box too. Let's see. Welcome, welcome. I see some Instagram links being popped in there. Feel free to check in with me. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey, CJ from Austin, Texas. So, okay, couple of things. There are a lot of programs that I use as an entrepreneur online. So, one of the first things that I want you to do is to sit down, give yourself some time to look at the platforms, the tools, the software, the apps that you're putting money into on a monthly basis and see how you can assess where you are with those platforms and do you need some of these things? Do you want some of these things? Can you make some adjustments? So one of the platforms that I use, I actually checked. I want to say maybe it was Monday or Tuesday this week, right? So early on this week, I took a look at this particular platform because I said, do I really need this? Am I going to cancel this? Am I going to get rid of this particular platform? Then I realized that I was spending for this service $24.95 a month. And the same service is now available for $14.95 a month. I was like, when did they do this? When did they change their price point? Number one. And then number two, not only did they drop the price point because they have a new base level, and I've experienced that with other companies where they have new features, they come out with different promotions, and the amount that I'm paying now, there's another reduced rate, right? Number one. And then number two, when I looked at the annual, I was like, hold on a second. Let me do the calculation. So I was spending, I don't know, when I looked at it, I think I was spending close to $300 at the existing plan. And if I was to change to the new level and then not just pay month by month, but pay for the year in full, I was saving myself, I think I was saving myself $88 or almost an extra $100, right? So that was a no-brainer for me. I upgraded and I went from not just paying on monthly, but now paying on an annual basis. Now, funny enough, this is something that we talked about as part of the Spring into Action virtual summit that I hosted. Last week, I did the live summit with some of my amazing business besties, Kim Coles, Tyshina Davis. And when it came to productivity, Tyshina talked about how she is intentionally looking at, doing a SWOT analysis, looking at her business, what she needs to keep, what she needs to prove, what she needs to let go of, right? Now, in that particular virtual, I also talked about how to get paid, stay paid, and pay your bills. So cutting back on things that are unnecessary is actually one of the strategies that worked really well for me. Now, again, sales secrets isn't simply, oh my gosh, I need to bring in more sales. It's about making the most of the money that you're coming in and not wasting those funds so that you get to keep more of those funds in your bank account. Does that make sense? So, number one, I want you to think about making a short list of some of those platforms and programs and companies that you use, the business services that you use. Go take a look, because periodically a lot of these companies change their plans. They offer promotions, especially during times like this. You want to take advantage of any promotions that they offer that can give you a better rate. And if you can do the annual versus the monthly, that's great, right? Number one. Number two, when it comes to thinking about this particular process, I like to break it down into, when I look at these platforms, what can I pause? Because sometimes you can say, look, right now, I don't necessarily need this service, and they'll pause your account, right? Or what can I downgrade? I like this, but I don't need all these features right now. I'm trying to keep the money that I make adjustments while I still do need this particular platform. Can I downgrade? In my case, with the platform that I'm talking about, where I was able to save some funds, I was like, oh, they have a new price point. I can get it for a year. So I upgraded. I actually saved money doing the upgrade, right? Just because the offer was just right now. It was just a great rate, right? So where can I pause? Where can I downgrade? Where can I upgrade, or completely cancel? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, downgrade, upgrade, cancel. Now, again, one of the things that we talked about is getting paid, staying paid, and paying your bills. So if you missed the Spring into Action virtual that we did last weekend, you are certainly welcome to go over to sistasense.com/spring so that you can learn more about getting the replays, number one. And number two, I am right now this weekend actually going through the Spring into Action 3-day workshop. So today we kicked off the conversations around how to host webinars, how to lead live streams, and how to create virtual events. We had a full day of training and hands-on information, and ladies and gents, I've got guys in my circle too. We're able to have a great time and work on some new virtual content. So that we did that today. Tomorrow we're going to produce some products. And then the third day we're going to work on sales. So that gives you the opportunity to engage and work with me and create some products and work on your sales, have some hands-on virtual training over the next 3 days. And then, of course, you also get access to the replays of what we're doing this week for the 3-day weekend workshop, webinar style, and what we did last week as part of the Telesummit virtual experience. So talking about continuing this conversation around smart sales secrets, the last thing that I want to share with you is one of my strategies, and it's WBT. For me, that means work in background tasks. So things that I can put in the background, set in motion, and have those things working for me while I'm working on other things. So I'm going to give you a great example of that. Before I kicked off the live webinar sessions for today, I sent out a few reminders to my audience. Well, some of my audience lists anyway. So one of those is I said, look, We've got the Spring into Action 3-day weekend workshop. I don't know if you know this, but every day we're doing something different. So today we're working on how to host your webinars, how to set up virtual events, how to launch with live streams, and I've got some great templates and tools for you to use. So if those are some things that you want to do, make sure you go over to sistersense.com/spring and sign up, right? So I had a few people sign up literally today. Now, I sent that out. And then I reached out to a few people who expressed interest and had questions. I followed up with them as well. And then I went on to the rest of my day, right? That is what I call a WBT. So I set things in motion where I give people the opportunity to see something or check in with them as far as an offer is concerned. And then while that's working, people are looking at it and it's converting. That's something that's working in the background for me, while in the foreground, I'm working on other things. And that's one of the sales strategies that I use on a consistent basis. Okay. So again, today, the big three for me, first two is really taking the time to reflect on where you're putting your money, where you can pause, downgrade, potentially upgrade in a way that works well for you, because a lot of companies, they allow you to save if you can do an annual payment versus a monthly. They allow you to save if you upgrade versus completely canceling things that you honestly don't need. And then I talk to you about strategically putting out, like, before you go and work on some other things, maybe you take 20 minutes or 30 minutes to proactively market or sell, promote, and then have those things kind of working and marketing and promoting for you while you're working on other things. WBT, work in background tasks, work really well for me. So those are three strategies that I wanted to share with you. And then one particular tool. So every day over the last few days, I've been sharing one work at home tool that works really well for me. And I have another one for you as well. Hey, Milton in the building. Let's see, some of the awesome participants in the webinar workshop are here today. Awesome session. Thank you, Tangi. So glad to see you here as well. Got my entire life. LaShonda Henry was on beast mode. Picture man says so. I have to like do this because the ring light is like super, super bright. And so like and I'm blind as a bat. So I'm like, what did you say? What did you say? But I had so much fun. Day number one of the Spring into Action webinar weekend workshop experience. So the replays for today are going to be posted in the next couple of hours. I'm literally uploading them to the web so I can share them with participants, and you can watch the replays and you can still participate live for the final 2 days of the workshop. Learn more about it over at sistersense.com/spring. So the last thing that I want to share with you today, again, one of my favorite tools, and I am all about Google Sheets. So I'm sure that a lot of you know about Excel. And Excel is a great platform that allows you to go in there and to do calculations and equations and create tables and really help you crunch those numbers, right? Me personally, I love the Google Suite. I love using Google Docs. We were using Google Slides today. I even have a template called the Profit Playbook, the 5-point Profit Playbook that I shared with my participants as part of the weekend workshop. One of many good goods you get when you register. But honestly, I'm talking about sheets today because when it comes to keeping the money that you make, you've got to crunch the numbers, and having some sort of sheet where you can take a look at, here are the companies that I'm putting money into, and here's how much these things cost me on a monthly basis, and here's what it looks like as far as how much I'm spending every single year. And this is what is going to happen if I take this and I turn this off, and I take this and I upgrade this and I downgrade that. As a matter of fact, I decided to start using one new tool in particular. Right now, I am live streaming with you guys on StreamYard. I've been testing it out for, I want to say maybe about a week or two now. It's relatively new to me because I've been using other things to do live streaming, and I love it, number one. I even talked about it today as part of the virtual number two, and I I said, look, if you would like to sign up for this particular platform through me, and if you'd like to multi-broadcast across different platforms, right now I'm on Facebook pages and in groups, on YouTube and Periscope and Facebook and what's the other one? I'm brain dead right now. I'm on different platforms. You understand what I'm saying, right? I said, y'all, you can go to sistasense.com, SISTASENSE, sistasense.com/SY if you'd like to sign up to StreamYard through me, right? So I'm strategically promoting other offers because I'm all about making as much money as I can, right? And sharing those resources that I use, especially as a partner, as an affiliate partner. But I'm also about keeping the money that I make. So immediately, if I decide I'm going to use one thing, then I'm also thinking these other platforms, because I use 2 other platforms when it comes to live streaming. Do I need these, right? Can I change these? So one of the platforms that I'm also using, I've already paid for the year, so I'm going to be using them until the end of the year as well. No problem there. But another one I was paying for on a monthly basis, I was paying them $28. So I was like, I'm not going to use that anymore. So I canceled that subscription. I won't be using that. Part of that 28 now can go towards the monthly that I'm paying for StreamYard, right? So sometimes you guys, you think about, oh, I want to try this tool or I want to use this platform, but man, I can't afford it. Or man, I'm going to spend even more money. Make adjustments. If there are things that you're not using, pause, downgrade, upgrade, cancel, and then shift those funds, pivot. So you're still making the most of the money that you have. Okay. Things that you can only do when you have a good bird's eye view of where your money is going. So if you don't have a particular platform that you're using to really take a look at your funds and how much you're spending, I recommend you open up Google, go to Sheets, SHEETS, go to sheets.google.com, create an Excel sheet so that a table so you can look at the things that you're putting money into, how much you're spending every month, what that looks like at the year. If you were able to adjust those things or to maybe say, oh, I see that I'm putting money into that and I'm actually paying them $100 and I don't need half of these features. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to drop down and I'm going to start paying them $49 versus $99. Now I got an extra $50 I can take and funnel that money somewhere else, right? Just about being smarter with your funds. Okay. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you today. And this says, always come up with some ideas on her trainings. Yes. Always being able to brainstorm and come up with some great ideas. Certainly something that you can do. Hey, Don, Twitter, Instagram. Yes, yes. Those are other platforms too. I was having a moment. I was like, what? I don't know what I'm saying to y'all. So that's pretty much it for today. I wanted to share 3 strategies, number 1, and a cool tool, number 2. I'm going to continue to talk about sales street secrets and work at home tools over the next few days. And of course, make sure that if you haven't already done so, you go over to sistasense.com/spring so that you can learn about the Spring into Action experience, get the live virtual summit replays if you missed them from last week, and or participate in the live 3-day webinar workshop, whether you catch it live or via the replays side. So that's it for now. Till tomorrow. Take care, my dears. Mwah.